Chris Ballard will have to make the most of a second, third, and fourth round pick to begin this year's NFL draft for the Indianapolis Colts. No first rounder for the Blue, but the big thing here is you can still get a lot of value out of rounds 2, 3, and 4. A lot of talented players on the board. I've got a 3-round mock draft for you in rounds 2, 3, and 4 for the Colts. We'll see what Chris Ballard does because I do believe there's a lot of talent on the board for the Colts to get better with. Now, what do they need going into this 3-round mock draft? Still think they need a quarterback. Technically, they don't have one, right? Daniel Jones not signed as of right now. I don't think Riley Leonard's the backup. I think they could still draft one. But moving on to more important ones that I think people are talking about. Edge rusher, linebacker. They'll need to replace their right tackle, and we don't know their exact situation at wide receiver yet. Alec Pierce will be a free agent. Michael Pittman's a cut candidate. Possible trades with Josh Downs. There are rumors there. But jumping into my mock draft, this is where we sit in the second round. You can see some of the names that'll be taken around this area. You can go through, we did this through the PFF simulator. Jeremy Bernard has been a name rumored to the Colts if they want to go with wide receiver, get some more depth there. Jake Golday, who we discussed on our draft targets. I'm really upset. This is one pick just before the Colts that the Buccaneers get Jake Golday in this situation. Big thing here, guys. I like Jake Golday a lot, and I think there's going to be talent at this position where you can go edge, you can go linebacker, you can go receive. There's going to be a lot of options at pick 47 for the Colts. Heck, if they even want to go O-line for depth, you look at a guy like Pregnon from Oregon. So the name stacking up just before pick 47 for the Colts. My pick at pick number 47 to begin the Colts draft, starting in the second round. Might trade into the first. I didn't have him doing that. Deontae Lawson, the linebacker from Alabama. I absolutely believe linebacker is one of the biggest needs for the Colts. And getting a team captain from Alabama with elite lateral quickness. Elite lateral quickness. That means eyes on the quarterback, following the quarterback. Eyes on the running back, stopping the run. That means pacing out the offense play after play after play. We know how difficult SEC defense is. To be a team captain on Alabama in 2025, say what you want about where Alabama's at as a program. This was a guy recruited by Saban, so he's in that world. Again, you guys, if you watch this show enough, I'm going to tell you, I like seeing numbers go up, up, up over time. I think that's something that should happen with almost every player in college football pending some sort of injury or major situation. Lawson did that. I love his ability to stop the run and keep what's happening in front of him. I think that's one of his best abilities coverage-wise. That linebacker spot, always very curious, coverage-wise, because you don't like the one-on-ones with a guy like Lawson, but, to keep tight ends, running backs, everything up front is going to be huge, and I think Deontae Lawson would be extremely valuable for the Indianapolis Colts. I will note that there are some other picks around this section. LT Overton's another guy for Alabama. That's an edge rusher. Josiah Trotter, who I mentioned in a past draft target, he was available at this point in time. I like Deontae Lawson. I like what he did at Alabama, and I really, really want the Colts to get a linebacker at pick number 47 in the second round. Name one Colts player, name a player the Colts need to draft, have to have, gotta go get. Keep it realistic with the picks they've got. Give me a player they need to draft in 2026. All right, we jump ahead to the third round now for the Colts. You're going to see some different teams. There's been trades. There's been changes. PFF simulates a little bit. So some other names in that area. Again, if they want to go tackle, maybe Blake Miller will fall to you from Clemson. Interesting to see Carson Beck be a third-round pick and another linebacker option, Torian York from Texas A&M. So you can kind of see the names going in that area. I'm the host of our Ohio State Football Report. I'm kind of, always for drafting a Buckeye. I think it usually works out. But hey, at pick number 78, where you kind of sit, it's time to fill another need. Edge rusher Anthony Lucas from USC to go bang, bang on covering needs with your first two picks, I think feels really, really good. Lucas is in that area of that pick. He kind of sits perfectly around where it's like you're either deciding you want to go tackle or you want to go edge. This is your edge. This is your tackle, right? So to take Lucas, who I thought had a really good season this past year, and again, would help you stop the run, set the edge, stop the run, right? Lucas and Lawson, I don't know if Lucas would play necessarily right away. You'd like to think so. He could at least slot in. You know, he's going to be in there with some other guys. I do think the Colts still need to add in free agency. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things is adding an edge rusher. USC's defense, not known as an overly great unit, but USC loves talent. They love 5 stars. They love flashy players. Anthony Lucas can compete for time as a rookie third-round pick, and I think that's exactly what you're looking for at a pick like this. Big, 6'5", 285, and again, this is the best player available at this spot, and this fills a need for you, right? That is a win-win, absolutely, taking Anthony Lucas at pick number 78 for the Indianapolis Colts. Some other names in that area or some other ideas in that area. We showed you the guys taken before. Some of the guys after. You know, you're kind of getting into a spot where, you know, the big-name guys are going to get taken and, you know, some names that have stuck out in college football, they're going to begin to get taken, but there is still a lot of value in round 3. Can't stress that enough. Before we get to my final pick of my 3-round mock draft, I do want to shout you guys out. We got 25 new subs on yesterday's show, talking Anthony Richardson, Phillip Rivers. Big thing, can we beat it on today's show? We're almost to 1,000 subs. Should get more than 25. Come on now. Can we get 30, 50 new subscribers on today's episode of Colts Talk? Hit that sub button right now for great Colts content. You guys see us doing free agency, trades, mock drafts, all that, all for free when you hit that sub button. All right, and then continuing on with the mock draft, getting a little later, I will shout out Alabama. They got more and more guys being taken. Josh Cuevas, you know, you get to a point where there's a lot of talented tight ends on the board, and it's definitely something the Colts will consider. Another tackle, I do think that's of need. Austin Barber is in that area. And again, some really good, talented players in the secondary to consider for the Colts overall. My pick at 113 is J.C. Davis out of Illinois. The Illini had a group this year that was hoping to do really big things. They got 9 wins. They played pretty well and felt good about their bowl win. Also, Davis, his PFF stats, gold. You know, you either put a ton of stock or you don't in the PFF stats. I respect that. I understand that. I know that. So you look here at the PFF stats, and I think they're really good. I think when you look at PFF stats, this is the kind of stuff you want from a, you know, late college starter on a pretty semi-successful Big Ten team, right? The Illini not terrible. They were in the top 25 multiple weeks. I love the stats there from Davis, and I'm excited to see him coming up. He'll be in the Senior Bowl Saturday, so you can actually watch J.C. Davis Saturday. Get eyes on a guy like this, right? Enjoy the draft process. Sit back, relax, flip on the tube, watch a guy like J.C. Davis. Lawson not in it. He's actually dealing with an injury, so that is one of the bigger things I want to note with Deontae Lawson. You know, he dealt with an ACL injury in 2024. Now he's out missing the Senior Bowl. So that either could help him fall to you or it could be an issue in the future, right? The draft issues with Deontae Lawson. Anthony Lucas, again, that's a best player available situation. I know a lot of you guys are in the comment section saying, best player available, take the best player available. That's what Anthony Lucas is in that situation, lurking in the 3rd round. And then J.C. Davis, you know, playing left tackle in college, could play right tackle into the future. I'm personally a big believer about depth on the offensive line in the pros. So if you can get a guy in that played a lot of college football at a high level, maybe he's left tackle, maybe he's right tackle, maybe he's guard. I don't care. Get the depth in the building. So it's Lawson at 47, Lucas at 78, Davis at 113. Some teams are trading up, trading around. I feel like the Colts, with not having a first rounder, you know, and doing a deal at 1 point for a 6th, then getting a 6th, they've made their moves. I don't see a lot of trades for Indianapolis this season, but again, I hit on the emphasis, whether it be these 3 guys or if they end up taking other names, some that we've discussed, some that we haven't. There's a lot of value in these picks still for Indianapolis. It's not called today because you don't have a first rounder, right? I look at Cleveland. Yes, they had a first rounder last year, but they made their bones in rounds 2 and 3. They had some really good picks there. So you're hoping the Colts can do the same because really, I mean, they need a guy like Deontae Lawson to play right away. They could use a guy like Anthony Lucas right away. And then you'll never know when you need a guy like J.C. Davis to play for you on the offensive line. All right, I'm ready for it. Hit the comment section. Give me a grade on my Colts 3-round 2026 mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. You guys can be harsh in the comment section sometimes. You can also show love. I'm ready for it. Get down there right now and leave a grade.